everyone, I'm Kendra Whitaker, and I am here to discuss with you the effects of visual schedule on verbal protest behavior. I'd like to start off by telling you a little bit about my client. He is a 7-year-old male in first grade, diagnosed with PDD-NOS at the age of 3. He currently receives ABA therapy in the home and in a clinic setting. The verbal behavior, which is our target behavior for this investigation, can be defined as a verbal expression of dissent or disapproval of an activity or task in which a high-pitched, sustained, plaintive, whining sound was produced for more than 3 seconds. As an addition to verbal protest behavior, I also identified tantruming behavior to be a problem behavior as well, which could be defined as throwing one's body on the floor, hitting and kicking one's arms or legs repeatedly against the floor. But for purposes of this investigation, I chose not to include this in a data collection because this behavior resulted from verbal protest behavior. I'd like to start off by telling you a little bit about the measurement. The measurement system I chose to use was a frequency measurement in which total number of verbal protests were recorded for a 3-hour session and then transferred to a standard acceleration chart. I used a single subject, AB reversal withdrawal design, and the purpose of using this design was so that I could see whether or not the intervention was responsible for any behavior change or if some other type of intervention or change in the environment was responsible for any behavior change. It allowed me to analyze the actual intervention a little bit more. For baseline, everything stayed pretty much the same. There was no visual schedule. The client was given verbal instructions to transition between activities, and any instance of verbal behavior was treated with no eye contact, no verbal attention, and simple point gesture prompts were given to redirect the child. The intervention itself was implemented, and it involved a visual and written schedule of 6 items that looked very much like a 6-item to-do list in which numbers 1 through 6 were on a paper. To the left of each number, there was a Velcro space to attach a PEC or a picture of the activity, and to the right was a space to write in the name of the activity. The child had some control over the activities. While I chose the first activity, contingent on appropriate behavior or no verbal protest, the child could select the next activity. If verbal protest behavior occurred, then I would choose the next activity. This was repeated, contingent on the child's behavior, until the entire schedule had been completed. In addition to the visual schedule, I used a token economy. In this particular case, we used a ticket token economy in which the client could earn tickets that he could trade in for reinforcers of his choice, such as computer break, TV break, outside break, art supplies, etc. He could earn breaks between 5 and 10 minutes, depending on how many tickets he had earned, and at any point he had earned the number of tickets needed to gain access to one of the reinforcers, he could choose to stop the activity and gain immediate access to that reinforcer. The token economy, or the tickets, were distributed using differential reinforcement of other behaviors. So I was looking for appropriate behavior, such as staying in his seat or completing a task in which he could receive those tickets for. Initial baseline lasted 5 sessions Intervention 1 lasted 7 sessions. Baseline 2, lasted another 5 sessions, and intervention 2 lasted 7 sessions. So I'd like to go over with you my results. I have a graph of my data. See if you can see that. Verbal protests during baseline averaged 4.8 during baseline 1 and 4 during baseline 2, while they dropped significantly for intervention 1 and intervention 2, with both at an average of 0.7 verbal protests per session. IOA data was collected for 25% of sessions at 100% for the duration of all sessions, while treatment fidelity was only collected for 8% of sessions, with 92% and a range of 83 to 100% during intervention 1, and 90% with a range of 80 to 100% during intervention 2. So the results of this study can conclude that the visual schedule with the token economy and differential reinforcement of other behavior were significantly successful or effective in reducing verbal protest behavior for this client. For the future, I would look forward to recognizing whether or not the differential reinforcement of other behavior as well as the token economy were responsible for the behavior change, or if the visual schedule alone would be effective. Thanks for watching.